All right, this morning I decided to join the wife on a motorcycle ride because she's got to go to work, and she works for the San Diego Padres. And while we're coming down here, notice this little gate here. That's where the players come and go, and they're stopping, signing autographs, which I think is extremely cool. And as we came into downtown San Diego, we had Fernando Tatis Jr. right behind us, so we kind of gave him an escort. But there's a wife. She's leaving, going to work. All right, I'll catch up with you in a second. So usually the wife comes down here by herself, but today I wanted to get out and about and go for a little bit of a ride. So I decided to come down here with her, and it was kind of cool. But now we are heading back to the house because I have to get the final prep work done for this road trip. So last time I went across the country, it was an amazing trip. It was to the K River, and I absolutely fell in love with long distance riding. But halfway into that trip, something unexpected happened.
The question is, what happens when you're 1,500 miles away and you break your bike? So we are here at the K River Campground, Moyers, Oklahoma. And during the Stubborn American, oh, my bike got stubborn. And she is currently down. Mo is down. However, we got some good friends, always have good friends in this community. I've got Harley Davidson coming out to pick up my bike right now, and they're gonna go take it back to the mad scientists and figure out what's wrong with it. This is terrible. Going back to San Diego on something that is questionable in safety.
Now, before you guys get all bent out of shape, yes, my bike broke down, and it was my fault. Don't kid yourself, it was my fault. But I just want to make sure that this trip is now running up to the 5,000 mile mark, and I just want to make sure that I make it there and back and don't do anything silly that would prevent me from finishing this ride. So I'll be getting on the road a week from this Monday, and I want to bring more production gear with me. Just try to get some better, more stable shots, if you will. But the last time that I went out on that trip, I packed this bike to the teeth. Now there's always creative ways to get something else on the bike, but it was packed down pretty good. So I need to try to do a couple of test runs getting this bike prepared so that I can bring everything that I want to bring with me, and have all the right proper clothing and things like that I'm gonna need. I already reached out to Adam, let him know that worst case scenario, I might need to ship my tent and sleeping bag and other essentials out to the K River Campground, and of course he was like, absolutely. I'm hoping not to do that. I want to see if I can fit everything on there and just be kind of self-sufficient that way. During my ride out to the K River, and actually throughout, my goal is going to be to focus more on some drone footage spots. If you guys watch this channel, you know that I'm a big fan of drone video, and I want to make sure that I find select spots that I can take advantage of, maybe carve out 30 minutes each day of my ride to try to get some epic drone footage. And this is all in preparation for the next documentary that I'm going to be doing. I'm hoping I'm not biting off more than I can chew, because technically Sturgis Doesn't Care is not completely done for film festivals yet. I'm still in, you know, the final production stages of that, and then I got to complete the final edit, and now I'm starting this next documentary. So it's a lot of work. Now we are going to get over to the house and let's take a look at some of the stuff that I need to make sure is packed away on this bike. All right, so what we're gonna need to do is I need to get this box right here and start sorting out all the stuff that we need for this trip. That's got all of my moto camping gear and my traveling gear from the last time, which was a lot of lessons learned, really. So let's get that unpacked, and then I'm gonna bring out everything I'm bringing with me on this trip, and hopefully we can get it to fit on Mo. Let's check it out. Okay, so for the most part, this is going to be the bulk of the stuff that I need. There's going to be a few things that I need to add on, I'm sure, but I am making a list. We're just doing a trial run right now just to make sure this stuff fits. But let's take a look at some of this gear. Of course, I'm going to have both Nikons, one that I'm filming on right now, the Nikon Z6 Mark I, and then I will also have the Nikon Z6 Mark II, which is going to be more of my B-roll camera. I have a DJI Mavic Air 2 for my drone. I've got a fly cam, steady cam for the Nikon Z6 Mark II. I have two GoPros, which is the 8 and the 9. I have an H1N mic. I have the GorillaPod. I have a tripod. Pretty much everything that I think, along with my computer and things like that, external hard drives and a whole bunch of memory cards. It's everything I think I'm gonna need in order to get the filming done that I want to get done during this trip. So I'm trying to stay as calm as I can. We are going to hit some weather. On any road trip, you need to plan for all sorts of extremes, and when it comes down to weather. But right now, looking at, with 10 days left, you know, we have fires going on in Arizona, tornadoes in Arkansas, rain in Oklahoma, snow in Minnesota. We're just going to have to monitor this for the next 10 days, and I really don't think that there's a way we're going to miss all of these. We're going to have to make game time decisions just to make sure it's as safe as possible. So all in all, I found this little test run to be really successful. I'm pretty sure we can get everything on the bike, and I just wanted to show you guys the prep work for this trip. If you haven't already, consider hitting subscribe down below. Follow along. I plan on putting out more content as I'm on the road for this road trip and kind of showing you the behind the scenes of filming for this next documentary. Guys, that's going to do it today. Until next time, y'all ride safe, be safe. We'll catch you on the next one.